Right, let's get you warmed up. Quick palate cleanser to begin. I'm going to play you 2 clips from the same artist. First one, early days, rough, questionable, the kind of production that makes you wonder if anyone was actually in charge. Second one, they've got their act together, proper sound, big, polished, expensive. I'll play you each clip just one time. This is going to be fast. If you know the artist after the first clip, you tell me so. Otherwise, I'll play you the second clip and see if you can get the artist after that one. Capiche?
Capiche.
Oui.
Here you go. Number 1. Who is this?
Franz Ferdinand.
Franz Ferdinand. That is correct. So that was the classic song Take Me Out, 2004. If you didn't get it from that, I was going to give you this little beauty.
I like Take Me Out.
It's a classic, but it sounds like shit.
True story.
Which is interesting because they actually deliberately kept it sounding like shit. They tried to avoid the whole label thing as long as they could. Fact, they're named after an assassination that started World War I. Franz Ferdinand took their name from the Archduke whose death triggered the First World War. So technically, every time someone says, Take Me Out, they're referencing a band named after one of the most consequential takeouts in history. Here you go.
The next big band coming out in the world, actually, are going to be called Trump.
Well, let's see if that one has a takeout. Okay, here's your next one. Do you know who this is?
I know the sound. I don't know if I know the actual song. I'm trying to think of who that is.
No, I can't think off the top of my head.
Okay, from this clip.
With or without you.
So it was called I Will Follow from their debut record Boy in 1980. Wow. That was the first one. And it doesn't, like, if you know it's Bono, you can hear it, but it doesn't sound like Bono that you would recognize. It's a little bit of a Steven Tyler type thing going on. He hasn't found his voice yet.
And the Edge hasn't found his sound, his delays and everything going off there, has he?
It's there a bit, but it's not there.
That's a great song as well, though.
Yeah. Anyway, they put an album on everyone's iPhone, whether they wanted it or not, in 2014. So they automatically added Songs of Innocence to millions of Apple users' libraries, widely considered the only album in history that people Googled how to delete faster than they listened to.
That's hilarious.
Right?
Yes, I remember going through that struggle with every iPhone I had for like
what
years.
The hell is this? Right?
Yeah.
The cover art, I mean, if you know what we're talking about, like, you're like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, band number 3. Who is this?
That's
Is that No Doubt?
Yeah.
It is No
Gwenny.
Doubt. Yeah, it is No Doubt. So
She's
that
married
is,
to a country boy now.
is she?
Yeah, Blake Shelton.
So that's Trapped in a Box from their debut record, self-titled 1992. I was going to give you this if you didn't get it from that one.
Don't you think I know exactly where I stand? This world is forcing me to hold your hand.
So something about No Doubt. Their breakthrough album came after years of failure. Before Tragic Kingdom, which is the big record with Just a Girl, Don't Speak, they were dropped, ignored, and basically going nowhere, which proves that sometimes the difference between failure and global success is just one album and about 5 years of being overlooked. Here is your last one, band number 4. Who is this? Any ideas?
I have to know this. I know this. I don't.
No, I don't know.
All right.
I listened to this.
Hear the Not Shit production. Here you go.
Oh my God, who is this?
Bit
Yeah,
American
I
Pie
listened.
again.
They're Scottish.
Biffy Clyro.
Biffy Clyro. So you heard 57, the first track from their debut Black and Sky 2002, and then Living as a Problem Because Everything Dies from their first commercial sounding record Puzzle in 2007. Their early albums are basically a different band. Early Biffy was chaotic, mathy, borderline unlistenable to casual fans. Then suddenly they're writing arena anthems, which means Biffy didn't evolve. They rebranded mid-career and hoped nobody noticed. Are we warmed up?
Oh, we're warmed up, man.
Roll the credits! Welcome back to Tracks on Trial. Today's case is breakthrough songs with serious polish. Not the rough demos, not the scrappy early releases. We're talking about the moment an artist levels up, when the production gets sharper, the sound gets bigger, and suddenly everyone is paying attention. The track that doesn't just introduce you, it announces you properly. So the question is it the song that made them or the production that sold them? Let's get into it. Introducing my co-hosts, Andy, a man so committed to raw authenticity, he considers good production a personal attack. And AJ, a woman who believes every song can be improved with a slide guitar and possibly a banjo. How are you, kids?
Loving life.
Excellent.
Living large.
Andy, have you had a successful week? Anything exciting to tell us from your week?
Only thing exciting is I am still alive and keeping my sanity after the rise in the fuel prices.
Well, it's a little bit mundane, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's taken over my life this week.
AJ, give me something better than that.
I got y'all. You can live vicariously through me. Had a Grammy U songwriters event that I got to go to 2 nights ago and listen to young songwriters. And there was like 2 rounds of all women, like young women. It was really cool. And then last night we got to go out to the Fontenelle Barbara Mandrell's estate. They filmed multiple reality TV shows there since it was hers, and the ACM, it was an ACM Trailblazers of Country Music event for women. It was from Barbara through Taylor Swift to Lainey Wilson, you know, all modern day. Ashley McBride. We got to meet the town cop where my friend lives now last night.
Cock.
He was actually really cool. He was like, "Sorry, ladies, I am married." He said, "No, God love him." He said, "Unfortunately, I'm married." I was like, "Ooh."
Unfortunately, that
was his lead into that, you see. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, I'm like, "Ooh, it sucks to be you, honey."
That's an error. You don't say unfortunately in that context.
That's not an error. That was intentional. Tell us your fun week, sir.
Well, for my part, I started working with a new artist this week. She's not a new artist, but she's new working with me. She's a fellow ISSA member, Danny Myler. She's out of Germany, Berlin, Germany, I believe.
I like Danny.
She seems great. Yeah, I'm mixing and mastering a track for her. It's sounding really good. I played drums on it for her. And yeah, looking forward to y'all hearing it. But on that note, I thought, tenuous link to Germany. So I thought I would find some funny German words and put them in a little story for you and see if you can guess what the words mean. Are you ready?
I love this game.
Here you go. Right. You're in the pub and all of a sudden you get a Schnapsidee. What is a Schnapsidee?
That's a schnapps, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying, a schnapps. I don't know.
Well, it linked to schnapps.
A shot.
So a Schnapsidee is a booze idea, literally, a terrible plan that you come up with while drunk. There you go.
Okay.
I've never had one of those.
Schnapsidee.
I'm going to remember that. I'm going to use that one again.
You heard her bark. She has a young German Shepherd, and she was out here.
See, the Germans are there as well. There we go.
So I speak random German words to her, like Mein Kampf. Oh, sorry. And so we... So we say random things to the dog in German to see what she does.
Yeah. I've read that. I've seen something online about that. There's a dog and he starts barking around and he stands up and does this. Same words. It's like, why would you teach your dog to do that?
Bloody hell.
This dog is derpy. So she's like, "Mom, hey, Mom."
Right. I'm in the middle of a story here, so pipe down.
I'm listening. Schnapps
so-
or whatever.
So you've just had your Schnapside, and in order to execute your Schnapside, you need to travel somewhere. So you jump in your car straight out of the boozer. If you're driving badly, you might break the Geschwindigkeitsbegrenzung. That's the Geschwindigkeitsbegrenzung. If you're driving badly in your car, you might break the Geschwindigkeitsbegrenzung.
Speed limit?
Yes, the speed limit. Very good.
I did German at school.
Well, good word to learn in German in school, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
And obviously, whilst breaking the speed limit, you crash your car. And if you crash your car, you might need a Krankenwagen.
Wagen is car. Ambulance.
Ambulance, yes. They take you to the hospital. While in the hospital, you might begin to comfort eat, leading to Kummerspeck.
That's a sausage.
Not far off. Kummerspeck, which literally translates to grief bacon, which means weight gained from emotional eating.
Never done that before in my life.
Kummerspeck. No, me neither, obviously. And just think, it's all because of your great idea, your Schnapsidee, which was about changing the law entitled, and this is all one word, give me a chance to say it, Rindfleischetikettierung zu Bewachungsaufgabenübertragungsgesetz. That's one word.
So we're trying not to leave silence in this sweet spot, but fuck.
So I'm just going to tell you what it means because you will never. So that's a real law in Germany, which roughly translates to beef labelling supervision duties delegation law. There you go. Great language, German.
They're brilliant, aren't they?
And Danny, great to be working with you. So there we go.
Yeah, no, I remember meeting Danny last year. Yeah, love the Germans. Apart from 100 years ago, and that took a long time to get over that for everyone else. But no, they're good now.
All right, beautiful. It's time for the news of the week. We're going to get warmed up and into this theme. Here we go. Band releases polished, radio-ready breakthrough single. Fans confirm it now sounds exactly like all the other junk they were trying to avoid. Producer adds 47 layers to chorus for Impact. Song now hits so hard, no one can tell if they're listening to pink noise through a Marshall stack or a choir of Wookiees. Artist claims new single sounds huge. Experts confirm this is usually code for, we didn't know which compressor to use, so we used all of them. Breakthrough hit credited to authenticity and hard work. Industry insiders confirm it was mostly down to a very expensive snare drum and a producer that didn't work out of their bedroom and who re-recorded all of their shitty takes whilst they were out smoking doobies. And that was your music news for the week. Couldn't agree more.
Oh, no back page, all front page headlines there.
All front page headlines. Absolutely so. So there we go then. We've had our news. We've had some entertaining little bits to begin. We're going to jump into Quickfire Round number 1. Andy, are you ready, sir? Whenever you like.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. Nirvana is a landmark in rock production because of Butch Vig, the producer, managed to make something raw and aggressive feel huge and radio ready at the same time. The quiet, loud dynamic is captured with explosive contrast. The drums are punchy and tightly gated. The guitars are layered into a thick, distorted wall without losing definition. And Cobain's vocals sit in a sweet spot between angst and melody, helped by obviously the double tracking, giving the song both grit and accessibility. This is why this song, Nirvana's breakout hit, is polished heaviness made it accessible to mainstream listeners while still feeling authentic to underground rock. What a banger.
I know I've got rid of the 15-second countdown, but, wind your neck in a bit, mate.
Yeah.
Or I'll bring her back. You've been warned.
No, don't do that.
So they actually got quite a lot of backlash for this record, for it being too commercial sounding.
Did they really?
They did. Yeah, they were like, some of their fans were like, no, that's not raw enough to be Nirvana. Don't like it. And then obviously that got shushed pretty quickly because it's an amazing album. But yeah, did get some backlash for the production on this.
Yeah, right. I never knew that.
So there we go. Bit of Smells Like Teen Spirit. AJ, give us a quickie, please.
Of course. My first honorable would have been released October 9th, 2001, back in the younger days for Sam and I. From their this was their fourth and final single from their debut album, Hybrid Theory. So you probably already know who it is. Peaked at number 2 on Billboard. Linkin Park's In the End. Production is it's different. But it was clean. There's a lot of layers there. There's a lot of different types. You know, they've got some of the more, not synth, but, you know, it's a mix of things, right?
Mike Shinoda, who basically is the backbone of Linkin Park in terms of the writing and production, is just a genius. Like,
Wild. Yeah.
So talented and a diverse skill set. The amount of range just in the Linkin Park catalogue is wide, you know, going from, what's their debut song, closer to the...
Was it Paper Cut? That was really early.
That was the second or third. They did, is it Closer to the Edge? Shut Up When I'm Talking to You, that one. That was the first one.
That's it.
And then I can't remember if it was Paper Cut or if it was Crawling. It was those two.
Crawling is...
And then In the End.
And so it's interesting because they're all off that album. And I used to listen to that thing on repeat.
Yeah.
And as far as the Teen Spirit goes, my kids still ask me. They used to ask me every day to play that song on the way to school.
I looked when I updated the playlist, and yes, viewers and listeners, you can listen to every single song you hear and hear us talk about on there on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. But yeah, Teen Spirit, it's got something like 111 billion views or something like that.
Beg
Or was
your
it 11
pardon?
billion? Something like that. Might be 11 billion.
I don't know if anybody's got 111 billion views.
Oh, that Mr. Maker or whatever it is you said the other day might have.
Isn't 111 billion views the same as like every
trillion.
person on the planet listening to it like 2.5 times? Aren't there like 4 billion people on the planet? Or I don't know.
On repeat.
That's 67 billion, isn't there?
There's
it?
8, actually.
So we know our stuff about people. Shit out on music, but people, no idea.
There's 8 billion people in the world.
Nah, who's more than that in there?
We would have been all right if we were playing that on Richard Osman's House of Games, wouldn't we? Take the take the average, and we would have been close. First quickfire from me. And before this, Muse were already making noise with their debut record, Showbiz, but it was raw, inconsistent, and still very much a band searching for an identity. Then Plug In Baby arrives. Suddenly, it's tight, focused, that iconic riff, massive production, everything dialed in. This is the moment Muse stopped sounding like a promising band and start sounding like a headline act. Muse, Plug In Baby. Oh, just that feedback at the start where it's just screaming at you like, yeah, and then na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, banging.
You said my bloody pitch was long.
I was quicker than you. Get out of it.
I totally agree. What banging tune this is. Absolutely brilliant. If, for me, up there with Nights of Sidonia is their best.
You prefer
Absolute
that record? Yeah.
Either this one or Nights.
That Black Holes and Revelations, that record, I just felt went a bit polished for me.
Yeah, okay.
And I preferred the edgier sound of the previous couple of records.
But by then they went massive stadium rock band, didn't they? You know.
Yeah, they were
It's
huge
wild
at that point.
that this week is polished. All the music that I generally listen to on the daily is not so polished. So,
Whereas for me, it normally is polished because I can't deal with listening to shit production most of the time. Can't do it.
8.3 billion people on the planet, AJ. You were right. And it's 11 billion views on YouTube for Teen Spirit.
that's wild.
That is wild.
That is wild. Right. We are going to go into a little bit of this.
What the fuck, man?
AJ, you're up. Tell us about
Yay.
it.
All right. So we are going to give you, I hope that at some point you say what the fuck, but you might not. Going to do some of the most like notable intros to a song that fits this week's theme. So polished, debut, breakout, whatever you want to call it. I actually did 4 clips because they're like only have to be like an eighth of a second long. Yeah, I want to see if you can guess.
All right, let's see if we can figure it out then. Here's number one.
Nope.
Y'all
Nope.
are gonna be stumped on this one.
I
This
need
is
a bit more than
A
that.
country anthem.
Ringing no bells to me.
All right. It's Shania Twain, Any Man of Mine.
Ah.
Okay.
Yep.
I know who Shania Twain is, but apart from her Brad Pitt loving in the other one, I don't really know any of hers.
So yeah, that one and because I couldn't do Let's Go Girls because that wasn't like her huge one compared to that one. So
That's what took her commercial, wasn't it? Yeah.
oh yeah, men will sing that song. Like if you crank that up over here, guys will be like, "Let's go, girl." It's so
But
fun.
really, their
Oh,
inner
yes.
femininity is coming out when that comes on.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Hey, girlfriend.
Yeah,
right.
baby. Oh,
Stop
please.
it.
Please cut that out. Oh,
No. No. Okay,
what
here's
did I just
here's
do then?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to say what the fuck, man, in response to that first one.
I stumped y'all. Woo.
You did. Okay, here's number two then. Ah,
Come on.
down. Britney Spears.
Yes.
Baby, one more time. Of course it is.
Hit me, baby.
Every man watched this video when that song come out.
As crazy as that is, because she was a teeny bopper.
She was.
Is this the school one, or is this the one on the moon with
Yeah.
the red spandex, or is that the same video?
No, that's Oops, I Did It Again, the spandex one.
And
Yeah.
and this is
Andy
Hit Me,
knows
Baby,
well. Here
Oh, yeah. Very much so. Yeah.
Yeah.
until she shaved her head, he was all for it.
Yeah. And even now, she has gone completely batshit crazy.
But you know that song off that it doesn't even take the next,
Mm,
No, you just need that bam, you know it.
yeah.
That's
It's
it.
iconic. And to be said, whoever wrote that song, which there was probably half a dozen of people who wrote that song, that's got to be out there one of the best pop songs in the last 25,
This
30
was
years.
actually Rolling Stones #1 for like debut
Yeah.
songs was this
It's
song.
it's an unbelievable pop song.
Because I wanted to be Britney Spears at one point, I had the
Yeah.
little girl school
And me.
skirt thing and
And me.
crop top and
Yeah, and me. I never would have left the house.
What the fuck, man?
What the
Here you
fuck,
go.
man?
Number 3, you ready? Ah.
come on.
I'll wait for it to drop with you, Andy.
Yeah, might need a
Sammy's
bit
got
more.
it.
Oh, baby, pip, tip, one more time.
There it is.
Tell me that I love you.
Would you say this is good, clean production?
Well, it sounds like these have been recorded from a transmission via the moon. So I don't know what your process has been to get these clips, AJ, but it
The
needs some...
actual song, yes. Think about the year that this was. Do you know the song?
Yeah, I want you back, innit?
Yeah,
Yes.
Jackson 5.
Yeah.
All right, number 4, here it comes. I know that too well.
Yeah. Andy, what the fuck, man?
What the fuck, man? I mean, if you've had that clip of that guy farting into Chris Isaac's Wicked Game, I would have got it. That was such a brilliant clip, wasn't it?
So this is one of my favourite records of all time. And I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago because and in fact, I've already mentioned him today because it's the record where Steven Tyler doesn't sound like Steven Tyler. He sounds like Robert Plant. So
Never heard that song.
Yeah.
surely Dream On by Aerosmith. Dream on, dream
You're
on.
kidding. You're actually joking, right?
No, I don't think so. I don't recognise that clip anyway. It's
Put it
called
on your
Dream
list.
What
On,
the
is
fuck,
it?
man?
What the
I'm
fuck,
so
man?
lost.
Right, I'll have to go in and listen to that.
Phew.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Exactly. Right, yeah, Dream On, Aerosmith. It's a banger.
Man,
Absolute,
classic.
absolute banger. Right, there we go. What the fuck, man? Over and done. Andy, roll out your long schlong for me, please. Let's have it.
Okay, my long schlong. Back in Germany, when the schlong was along. Dire Straits, Songs of Swing, is often held up as a masterclass, is understated, high fidelity production, and that's a big part of why it became their breakout hit. The track was produced by Martin Knopfler himself and John Ardsley, who was the bass player, and then it's later refined by Muff Winwood, who was the producer for the album version. This is what makes it stand out. Every instrument is clean electric guitar, bass, drums, light keyboard, has its own space. There's no muddiness, which is unusual for when it came out in the late 70s. Knopfler's guitar tone, very unique in how he plays, not just his style of playing, but his sound, where he got that clap, that crack, you know, on where he's opening up the middle fret, the middle pickup on his Strat. He gives it that pop, pop, as you can hear him pick with his fingers. It's very dynamic in the mix. Free of heavy distortion, hi-fi demo quality that stood out on the radio. Instead of building with layers as well, the song relies on subtle dynamics. It feels intimate but grooves, which brings the listeners in. And no effects either. Just the band who were extremely tight and comfortable with each other and made it sound different from the punk and arena rock, which was dominating at that time. Let's have a go. Let's have a listen, Sam.
All right, here she comes.
Well, now you step inside, but you don't see too many faces. Coming in out of the rain, they hear the jazz go down. Competition in other places. But the horns, they blowing that sound. Way on down south. Way on down south, London town. Check out Guitar George. He knows all the chords. But it's strictly rhythm, he doesn't want to make it cry or sing.
The live version of this song on the album Alchemy, it's late 70s, is unbelievable. I've actually uploaded that version to our playlist. It's just phenomenal. The guitar playing on that by Martin Knopfler is just wow. You know, for me, and critically, he's up there in one of the best guitarists ever. But anyway, back to the song. So at the time when it came out, punk was high and disco was high. And then this came out, very laid back, rootsy, bluesy, jazzy track. His observational writing about a low-key jazz band playing in a pub felt authentic and relatable. And it was catchy enough for the mainstream radio, appealing to casual listeners and musicians. The song first gained traction from demo airplay in the UK, which led to a deal, and then the radio in the US and Europe, which helped give it much more widespread recognition. Then Knopfler's solo become iconic, fluid, melodic, and technically impressive without being flashy, earning respect across genres, which is why I said he's up there with one of the best guitarists which has ever come through. The production works because it doesn't try too hard. That's key, I think, on this song. It captures a band playing with precision and letting the tone and the performance do the heavy lifting. The sonic honesty combined with the unique style in the crowded area is exactly what Songs of Swing became Dire Straits' breakthrough moment. Over to you, too. What are your thoughts?
AJ?
I love this song. I think everybody probably knows this song. If you don't, your head's been in the sand at some point. But I mean, as far as, I think it's a clean production. I think they did well. I think it was put together. I wouldn't necessarily call it polished, though. Like, it's not like buffed out, you know? They kind of left it what it was.
The way that I look at this production, if I'm talking purely production first, is that it is a brilliant, brilliant recording. Like, everything is in place, everything is clean and clear. And to me, it's like this is a mix engineer's dream, because you can then take that and make a mix that is really beautiful. But it feels to me like they just didn't mix it. Like, they went, cool, we've recorded this incredibly well. I can hear the guitar, I can hear the bass, I can hear everything, because The arrangement's simple. There's no distortion to fight with. There aren't loads of vocals or keyboards. So it's easy to hear everything because there's not much to balance.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's nothing more creative on it than that. And that's not necessarily to say that that's a negative thing.
No.
Like it's a clean song, and the song is not, trying to do anything particularly groundbreaking or wacky. So it doesn't need much, but I kind of just feel like it's a bit flat.
It wasn't the levels. Okay, so like I said, it was clean. Like all the parts are there, all the pieces are there, they all work together. But when I think of like a polished production, that means they've gone in and they've leveled everything. They've, that thing. And I'm not huge on like necessarily like auto tune and things like that, but like they smooth out the edges, whereas they let them sound like themselves. And so I don't know, that's just something for me. Like I love it. I love it that way. I don't know if I would call it polished though.
Here's something to think about then. If the original recording and if the band are that good and you get that recording when you come in to produce and it's that good, isn't a masterclass in production of less being more and knowing that?
Genuinely, yes.
Can be. Yeah, absolutely. And we've got to think as well, you can't compare the production of this in 1978 to
Mm-mm.
a production, from 30, 40 years later. They are incomparable in terms of production style. 1978, apart from anything else, you're still working entirely percent analog, you're on tape.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I did say that as well. There's no overproduction on it. It's just a band playing tight, captured very clean.
Yeah.
And sometimes the genius in that is letting that be the production rather than, because if you could have gone more polished and just to be clever, it could have completely ruined the song together.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like, hey, punch me in, hey, punch me in, hey, punch me. Like, it feels like they just did a tape.
Yeah,
Well, of course,
yeah.
you couldn't punch in the tape days, could you? Because
Not then, no.
you literally had to cut bits of tape and
Cut it.
splice them together. So you asked for a punch and your tape engineer was spewing your name.
Piss.
I do, though, however, have a personal problem with Mark Knopfler. Not necessarily him as a person. I've never met the guy, don't know anything about him. But in the same way that last season I talked about Billie Eilish, and I was just like, Billie, for fuck's sake, open your mouth and sing something meaningful rather than Mark Knopfler does it twice. He doesn't just sing like that. He plays the guitar like that as well.
Yeah.
And he's the only guitarist arrogant enough to be like, I don't need a plectrum. I play with my fingers. So everything sounds flip. And I just don't like it. And, and I know I'm wrong because many, many, many people absolutely love it. And by, in a world of democracy, that makes me wrong and everybody else right. But I don't like the way he sings or plays guitar, which means that every time I hear a Dire Straits record, I'm just like, ugh. Whether that affects my decision or not is still going around in my head because I'm still trying to keep the breakthrough production thing in my mind. On the fence. Anything else
Right.
we want to add before we have a vote?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been on the fence with it too since I saw it. Since I saw it on the list.
No, I think I've stated my case. Like I say, the genius of this is the band and the less is more moment in it, letting the sound of the band be the producer, and that is unheard of most of the time, so that is why I went with this. I wasn't sure what you two would think about this. I knew it was well enough song you would know what it is, but yeah, I wasn't sure how you would go, but I love this song. I love Mark Knopfler as a guitarist.
It was
He's just a genius.
78? Did
Yeah.
you say it was
78.
78?
I tell you where I'm at. I just had to check the wording of the category for this week to make sure I knew exactly how we were picking songs. So it says highly refined, clean, and commercially engineered production, and the song that launched the artist into widespread recognition.
Mhm.
So I think, despite my personal grievances, I have no choice but to say that this song absolutely does both of those things. And through gritted teeth, I'm going to top it.
Good
Yeah,
man.
I've been right here on it, because you could look at the clean and polished thing, but you have to look at the year, which is cool. Yeah, I gotta let it survive too because of it. So I'm with you.
Scrape through. I was in two minds whether to play my wild card there. I didn't think you would be that tough with it. I thought it was a bit. I'm glad I didn't, to be honest, even though you both topped it. But yeah, that would have been you know, yeah. I would have needed definitely just a spade, no hairdryer with that one.
You might have been doing your butthole surfers impression.
I was gonna say butthole surfers.
Yeah, I can imagine you thinking that was more of a gimme than it was. But
Yes.
but this just goes to show, you see, we don't know what each other's going to say at all.
No, exactly. As much as we start to think we know each other a little bit more, it's like, yeah, no, but it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, so many times I swapped it around, but there you go. Good fun. Good fun. You made the right decision, guys.
Well, I just so we're clear, I don't like Mark Knopfler, the way he plays, the way he sings, or the band in general, but you hit the criteria. Anyway. Get your harpsichord out for the lads. Give me a question then, Andy.
I'm going to give you both questions. I've got 3 questions. Well, I've got 4, but one is into one question. All right. So, Quickfire, the first one, and this will come to you both. So I'll go to AJ first. Your best live music experience.
I would have to say I got to, Eric Church and Brantley Gilbert's concert. I've always followed both of them. They're really cool people anyways. I look up to them for their performing and their songwriting both. Eric Church is an incredible songwriter and performer. Yeah, I got to be around a little bit. It's put on one hell of a show.
Cool.
Hell of a
Sam?
show.
I've played a lot of great shows, and you know, the buzz of playing a gig is awesome. And especially because most of my professional, if you like, touring experiences on drums, it's just like adrenaline and just like smashing the shit out of stuff for, you know, however long your set is. You just get so pumped. But from a consumer perspective, my greatest live music experience comes from when I was working as security at Glastonbury Festival 2009. And I was doing pit management. I was on the John Peel stage in the tent, and I was in front of the center stack, and Jamie T was performing, and Jamie T was stood on the stack above my head, and he fell off the stack, and I turned and I caught Jamie T, saved him from breaking his neck. Obviously he was mid-show, so he just jumped back up and got on with the show. But after the gig, he came and gave me a crate of beer and said, "Thanks so much, man. You stopped me from breaking my neck. I really appreciate it."
Yeah,
Yep.
wow.
You know, on those stacks are, you know, they're like 10,
Yeah.
12 foot high.
Yeah, they're huge.
So, you know, you needed a fat chode like me underneath to catch him. Anyway, there you go.
Chode.
That's good. And then
It's not OSHA approved. Okay, but make sure you get caught by a chode.
and still in the same sort of thing, what's the biggest letdown live performance? Sam, you go first on this one.
Okay. So I went to that every summer in Hyde Park. There are gigs, British summertime in Hyde Park or whatever. And, you know, loads and loads of mainstream artists have played them. Everyone from Michael Bublé to Taylor Swift to Tom Jones. I just, you know, loads of them. Anyway, this is when I lived in London, can't remember the year, and the Libertines were having their comeback show after their large hiatus in Hyde Park. So got tickets to go and see the Libertines. I'm like, amazing, would love to see them. And they were dog shit. absolute dog shit. The day was only saved by the fact that Maximo Park were one of the supports, and I bloody love Maximo Park,
Yeah,
especially
same
live. He is great, but Libertines live, worst waste of money.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think both Pete Doherty is just a waste of time, life, over talented fucking idiot, and just a dickhead. Carl Barrett, I think, has got a little bit more about him, but can't sing to save his life. And just I couldn't understand the hype around the Libertines. Like, what is it? What, you got to be a skag egg, and then everyone loves you? It's like, shit. I totally agree with you with Maximo Park as well. We were playing out here on Tuesday.
I've had a couple. Some people that you underestimate them and they like just knock your socks off and they're the coolest people you'd ever meet and they sound amazing live. They don't need shit to go out there and just be awesome. And then I've had a couple. I'm not necessarily going to name names, but there's been a couple of gals and there was one guy that I thought was a cool person and could sing and sounded like absolute shit. Well, I will have to say, I love David Allan Coe. He's one of them. People are like, oh, he's such an ass. He's such an ass. Well, he was cool to me. That part wasn't disappointing. He was just so smashed that you couldn't even make out which one of his songs he was. I don't even know if he knew which one of his songs he was singing.
Right.
You know, because he'd had an accident and things got kind of rough for him for a good while. And I went to one of his performances and he's a cool dude. I mean, not necessarily to everybody, but he was fine with me. But you just couldn't. I mean, you're like, you're seeing one of the greats, you know, somebody that you've listened to growing up and stuff. And then you go and you see him and you're like, what the fuck did he just say? Like, I
What
don't
the
even
fuck
know what
now?
song he's singing. What the fuck? Like, I don't even know what he's singing right now, you know? And it would take till the next song till you figured it out. So that was an interesting one for sure.
I could never play pissed. Couldn't do it. Like, just my
No.
timing went everywhere. Like, the brain would still be working fine, but the limbs wouldn't be doing what the brain was telling it.
My
Can't do it.
fingers are go, and I end up being like Marty McFly in Back to the Future, where he's fading in the photograph. Just couldn't do it. Right, one word answer. Greatest band from your part of the world now. So Sam, not English, from Spain. AJ, where are you in the US right now? Tennessee right now. Greatest band in your part of the world right now. And while you're thinking about that, I'll answer it from my part of the world right now. And I'm going broader Australia. For me, it's Jet, the band Jet. Are you going to be my girl? For me, it's them.
I mean, they're old, right?
Yeah, well, they're making a
good.
resurgence again. And
Are they?
yeah, they're back together again and they're touring again everywhere.
Well, look,
Sammy.
my controversial opinion, and don't say this out loud to any Spaniards, is that the crop of genuine Spanish bands that are good is poor. It takes me back to that episode where I started singing Pharaoh's song from Joseph and his amazing Technicolor with the
Dream Come.
withering sheaves of corn or whatever it is. Just there are very few good bands. So I'm going to give you the band that I know are good and that sound good, which is the band that I produce, who was on one of our episodes a while back, on our metal episode, Mind Traveler. They are great, talented musicians, and they've got an amazing single coming out in the middle of April, which I can't say anything about because it's all hush hush, big surprise, but watch them because there's a big twist coming in their forthcoming single and people are going to go wild for it.
Wow,
AJ.
metal band turns into pop. There you go. AJ.
Ah,
Exclusive
good.
here on
I
Tracks
did
on
like them.
Trial.
I did like them. Me, it's a no-brainer. Where I sit right now, my neck of the woods here, it's gotta be my favorite guys. It's the Cadillac 3.
Yeah.
They played together from the time they were 14 years old. They're from Nashville. One of my top 3 people I'd want to write with is Jaron Johnston. He's the lead singer, lead guitarist, and the guys in the band are all really cool. It's just the 3 of them. And so Neil and Kelby and Jared there, the music that they come out with it's theirs. You know, it's not cookie cutter, it's not country, it's not rock, it's them. And
That was your one of your
love it.
episode ones, wasn't it?
Mm?
Songs you can't do
Yeah.
without. Yeah.
Like a bloody
There you go.
broken record with the Cadillac 3.
It is. Well, we've got
They're
plenty
good.
more of those questions, so we could chuck a couple more in the coming weeks.
Right, we're going to continue with Quickfire Round number 2. I am going to begin. Are you kiddie winkies ready? Before this song, Skunk and Nancy were loud, political, aggressive, but not exactly polished. More attitude than finesse. Then this drops. Clean, controlled, emotionally direct, and produced in a way that actually lets the songwriting breathe. It's still powerful, still raw, but now it's refined enough to hit everyone, not just the people already paying attention. Skunk and Nancy, weak. Oh my God, I love these guys.
Yeah, she can sing as well, Skin, can't she?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
great.
Great stuff.
Yeah, saw them at Glastonbury in 98, I think, 99. Yeah, wow. Hell of a sound as well.
Did they get airtime over in the States?
No, so this is new to me. This is not like a common thing, but when
Really?
I listen to it, I really like it.
Yeah, she's got a hell of a voice.
They're
Mhm.
great. Listen to the track. Is it called Fucking Political? Just starts, yes, it's fucking political. So good. Everything's political.
I
love
love
it.
that.
There's another song. Is it the one they released after Week? It's a double-headed title. No, can't remember. Oh,
On the same record, Paranoid
Yeah.
and Sunburn.
yeah.
I'll look it up whilst AJ's giving us her quickie. AJ, off you go.
Cool. So this one actually was almost my number one. The year was 2006. She had been on American Idol, and everybody knew Jesus Take the Wheel, but this song just blew her up. It was from her debut album, Some Parts, written by Josh Keir and Chris Tompkins. It topped the Billboard for 5 weeks, and it's been 11 times platinum certified. Carrie Underwood, Before He Cheats. And the production on it was really well put together. Her voice is flawless in it, so clean, but it's still got grit. And so this song, I mean, you go out and you go to any bar, you go to anywhere downtown, you go to karaoke, guys, girls, and the like all know and sing and request this song. So
A good amount of mention of trucks in it as well. So I like that.
yeah, I thought you would enjoy this one.
I quite
And,
enjoyed it as
she's
well.
dug my key into the sun. We went
Yeah,
real
I-
trucker spice on this one.
Oh, it was. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it for what it was as well. It's like, I was surprised myself.
You got the key,
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
likewise.
I thought I must be growing a vagina or something.
Goodness me. So that Paranoid and Sunburnt record is absolutely jammed with bangers. Selling
Yeah.
Jesus, the opener, Intellectualize My Blackness, I Can Dream, that's massive. Little Baby Swastika, I love that song. All in the Name of Pity, oh my God, so good. But the one that I think you're thinking of, which is a surprise, but it's a banger, It Takes Blood and Guts to Be This Cool, but I'm Still Just a Cliche. Such a
Mm.
tune.
I gotta go listen to this.
It surprises me how few streams some of those records have. Some of those songs on that album have. Like that last track, less than 400,000 streams on that track. It's like, blows my mind because I'd
Yeah.
probably listen to it 100 times. It's a banging record, Paranoid and Sunburnt. Go and listen to it. Andy, give us your final quickie, please.
Okay. Back in Black by AC/DC is widely regarded as a benchmark for rock production because Mutt Lange achieved a near-perfect balance of power, clarity, and space. The drums are dry and punchy, the guitars are tightly layered with crisp, percussive attack, the bass locks in cleanly without muddiness, and Brian Johnson's vocals cut through with raw intensity, all captured with minimal excess and razor-sharp precision. Awesome tune. After Bon Scott died with AC/DC and they brought Brian Johnson in, they went from strength to strength, and this song catapulted them into oblivion, and just took them on the journey they're on, and they are cult heroes here in Australia.
They sure are. I could definitely leave AC/DC. Gonna be honest. I'm like, I listened to 2 songs, I've heard them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and weirdly, this song isn't one of my favourite. I like Thunder.
Yeah,
I love
Thunderstruck.
that.
They
Yeah.
got some great intros, that's for sure.
So my maiden name was Belle. So our theme song was like Hell's Bells. That was, we
Okay.
listened to a lot of AC/DC.
A lot of tribute. There's a big tribute band in England called Hell's Bells. They're an AC/DC tribute band. They're known here as Akadaka
Akadaka.
because
Akadaka.
Australians got to put an O, or they can't just be their name. They've got to extend it or shorten it or abbreviate it or some way. But Thunderstruck, which I got actually from when my son was a kid. You know, Cars, Lightning McQueen, Mixmar. Is it Mixmar production? They did
Pixar?
one called Planes. Pixar, sorry, thank you. And they used one of the characters as a plane. He wanted to be a fire plane, so he's going to do a fire, and it's like, thunder, off he goes. It's brilliant. I was like, my son's like, Dad, why are you watching this? This is crap. I'm like, no, this is brilliant.
Brilliant.
Planes.
Of course, you know what they call AC/DC in Spain?
Go on.
Acedece. Acedece.
Acedece.
Acedece. No word of a lie.
And in America, they're just plain old 110 volts.
110.
High voltage.
Danger.
Ooh, the quiz music is playing, which means it is time
Too early for
for
this.
the quiz. However, the quiz is taking a different guise this week. So it's going to be a bit different. I'm going to give you two bands in a pair, and based only on the production quality of their debut record, so the songs I'll give you are from their debut records, based only on the production quality of the debut record, removing your own emotional attachments or personal opinions, you have to make a choice. One survives, one is erased completely from musical history. No legacy, no influence, no comeback tour. You are about to delete some of the biggest names in Western music. So
Oh.
choose carefully.
We're good
Just
at this.
on the production, yeah?
Just on the production
Okay. Interesting.
of their debut record.
I'm
Here you go.
liking this.
I'm
Okay.
scooching in.
Obviously, identify band and artist as well if you can. If you don't know, I'll tell you.
AJ, hang on. AJ, you ready?
Mm.
Do you know who that is?
Sabbath?
Nope, later than Sabbath.
No.
That is Metallica. Hit the Lights from their debut record Kill 'Em All, 1983.
Old
What-
school.
Followed up by their biggest rival. So that is, any ideas? Megadeth. Killing is my business and business is good, from the album of the same title, 1985. Who keeps alive and who is deleted from the history books?
It's wild.
I'm going to keep Metallica there. Over that Megadeth track just felt it was overproduced and there's too much going on in there. It's just, what? It's just noise. It felt to me like it needed producing.
I'm at a flip side that we'd have no Metallica. I would stay with Megadeth.
Interesting. So 1-1, no conclusive outcome. That's a shame. Fence sitters. So Metallica and Megadeth, the longest running argument, confrontation in metal, featuring one band that moved on and another that built an entire identity around not doing so. So infamously, Dave Mustaine, the lead guitarist, lead vocalist of Megadeth, was previously in Metallica.
Mm-hmm.
He is the lead guitarist in that first record, Kill 'Em All, before he left and Kirk Hammett came in. I think that there was a lot of bad blood. He left or was kicked out, and then he formed Megadeth, and he spent the last 40 years complaining about how he was kicked out of Metallica, which is all
Yep.
quite funny. Okay, here we go then. Here is number 2.
Mm.
Are we doing a metal week again or something?
No. Any idea
that's-
what that
no,
absolute
but-
racket was?
Yeah, he sounded in pain.
Mm.
No idea who that is.
So that was My Chemical Romance. Vampires Will Never Hurt You.
They
From their
definitely
opening
go
record.
Fuck off.
I bought you
emo
my bullets. You bought me your
bollocks.
love.
Nonsense.
2002.
Fucking
See,
shit.
I've listened to them for a good bit, so I thought Andy would just love it.
Yeah. But no one's listening to that record because it's a pile of poop.
It
Yeah.
is a pile of shit. The only decent thing they've got is that first 1 minute intro to that big hit they had.
The piano. Ding,
You know, the quite melodic bit, and then
Yeah.
the singer opens his mouth again. He's like, "Mate, you just seriously need to go and jump off a cliff."
Oh,
He's- He's got
poor
that miserable
Gerard.
whine in his voice.
Poor Jared Way. Yeah.
Is that his name? Is it? Yeah.
Jared?
And while you're at it, take the fucking makeup off, mate. Don't look good. Don't look good.
Oh, I don't mind a bit of guy liner.
I don't.
Anyway.
I don't either. Like when
Yeah.
Johnny Depp would wear guy liner. I mean, let's be
Yeah,
real.
but he wasn't wearing guy liner. He was fucking putting a lump of charcoal around his face, wasn't he?
So is it going to be My Chemical Romance or is it going to
I think
be
so.
Well, these up in toes were open again. Saturday, yeah. Well, these up in toes were open again.
another equally dog shit sounding record? But who is it?
No idea. American Pie.
It's not Yellow Card. Who is that?
If you were to have a disagreement with someone, you might be said to
Fuck them off.
I was gonna say fuck 'em.
bit politer than that. You might fall out, boy.
Oh, Fall Out
Out
Boy.
Boy. Oh no, kidding. How did I not know
Alright.
that?
So, are we banishing My Chemical Romance,
Yes.
that record from 2002, or Fall Out Boy Saturday from 2003? Who
We're
stays? Who
keeping
goes?
Fallout Boy.
Fall
We
Out
are
Boy live.
keeping Fall Out Boy.
Oh, okay. There we go. Adios, My Chemical Romance. You suck.
That's wild.
Let's give you a fact. My Chemical Romance and Fall Out Boy, one band built on raw emotion, the other built on figuring out exactly how much of that emotion you could sell. I.e., Fall Out Boy were dirtily commercial, and My
Yes.
Chemical Romance were dirtily, overly emo. Oh! Right,
Yeah.
number 3, here you go.
There's no other way. There's no other way. All that you can do is watch
Andy's happy now.
There's no other way. There's no other way. All that you can do is watch them.
Who is it, Andy?
Blur.
They just
There's no
sound
other way.
drunk.
Yeah,
Blur.
well, that's Essex boys for you.
Yeah.
Do you know the record and the year, or have a stab at it?
Yeah. That is 1991. There is no other way is the name of the song, and I don't think it was it Modern Life is Rubbish? No, it's the one before. I can't remember the name of the album.
Debut record 91, Leisure.
Lever.
Okay, so Blur are going up head to head against
Don't you dare.
My friend said to take you home. Sits in a car around alone. He lives under a waterfall. Nobody can see him. Nobody can ever hear him call.
Andy. I'm not sure if you'll know that one. Is it
No.
familiar?
No, never heard of it. Who are they?
No, little band called Desert. No, Oasis. Oasis.
I thought that
Desert.
was a drink.
Supersonic from their debut record, definitely maybe 1994. But the question is, based purely on the production quality, who survives and who gets deleted from musical history?
Oh.
AJ, don't you dare.
I'm going with Oasis.
Yes. Good girl.
Oasis to
Especially as
delete.
well.
Oasis to
No.
delete.
No.
No.
Oasis to stay, yes. Well, if you look in the history of that album, so
He
you listen
wanted to
the-
delete them so.
I know he did. He's fucking stupid metalhead. He ain't got any idea, is he?
The production on that Blur record is better. Full stop. The Oasis
It
record
is.
is just
And that was
My thing is, if I were to go back and pick them apart, the vocals they're way higher than everything else in that Oasis song. It almost drives me crazy. So that's one thing where I'm like, okay, I could go that other way just because of that. But
and the production on this, so it's going back a bit to Sultans of Swing, so where that didn't need much production. Oasis track needed a lot of production, and they were
Exactly.
trying to replicate the live sound, which is where they turned everything, peaked everything, and then redid it. And you all know the story. You've all read how they got that sound in the end. You know, Mark Coyle did a genius job on getting that sound onto a tape and making it the album he had. Because if you look at the demos and the Sawmills recordings and the Mono Valley recordings, it sounds shit.
Yeah, well, still sounds shit, mate. But anyway,
Fucking, that's the best fucking band ever.
No.
you didn't even stop to think about it either. You didn't even consider it.
Nah, fuck them. Never, ever in a Blur v Oasis. I don't care what you're asking me. Oasis wins.
So here's a funny little analogy that I came up with. Oasis versus Blur, working class swagger versus art school sarcasm, or as it's otherwise known, shouting versus thinking.
Pretty
Here
well.
we go then. Here is the fourth and final one. This one's a biggie. Who is this? What is this?
My love bigger than a candlelight. I'd rather show it in the drive me back. Your love for me has got to be real. For you to know just how I feel. The love real, not fade away.
Who is it?
That's the Stones and Not Fade Away.
That is from 1964. Now, I think from my research, I believe that there was basically two versions of this debut record. There was an English version, which this is on, called England's Newest Hitmakers. And then there was another version that I guess went everywhere else that this isn't on, I believe.
Huh.
I thought that I've heard that, and I actually thought there was three versions. The other one
Three.
was released in Germany alone, and it's not just in the last chocolate on a snail.
Oh,
That should be in
goodness
your
me.
other segment.
That's
earlier
Andy's
on.
struggle right
Yeah.
there.
Danny
Okay.
agrees with that. Danny Miner, you can ask her.
Yeah, we'll get her on next week. So, are the Rolling Stones going to live, or this motley crew?
Why don't you all fade away? Don't try to dig what we all say. I'm not trying to cause a big sensation. I'm just talking about my generation.
Who is it? What's the song?
That's the Who in my generation.
From 65, the year after, based on the production
My
alone.
God, this is hard because I love the Stones, but that production is better.
It is better, yeah. Agree.
Just so we're clear, you're saying the Who are better than the Rolling Stones.
Their production was.
The production.
The Who are better
I'm-
than the Rolling Stones.
I'm not ever gonna say the Who's better than the Stones ever in a million years, but on this song, their production was better than the other song.
Yeah.
Stop sitting on
No.
the fence and just
Yeah,
commit to an
AJ.
opinion.
Go controversial. You can't be straight and lesbian. Which one is it?
That's actually called bi.
Right? That is the thing.
That is a thing.
I know, but it's funny. And no offense to anyone who is lesbian, bi, or straight.
You do what you want.
No, I'm just
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so the Who survive. Rolling Stones are erased from popular
My
music
God,
history.
I almost wore my Stones shirt today.
Yeah, well, you should have done because tomorrow it won't exist.
Poor
Mm.
bastards. It'll be like the movie about the Beatles.
Yeah. So the
Which
Stone.
one?
Yesterday,
What happened yesterday?
it deleted the Beatles.
Right on. So
Yesterday, the Stones existed. So the Stones perfected looking cool on stage. The Who perfected looking like the stage was about to collapse. There you go. There goes our quiz for the week. For
I'm
Goodness
still
me.
laughing at the first one.
four giants of popular music history deleted. Megadeth have gone, My Chemical Romance have gone, Blur, cannot believe it, have gone, and the Rolling Stones, four monoliths deleted. And on that bombshell, we're going to go to our next long game. AJ, give me your longie, please, whenever you like.
All right. Well, that's what, never mind. So this one back in 2018, 2019, this fella, I could have made one of my honorables number one, but there's a reason why. When you say somebody earned their music career, he genuinely can. Production is incredible as well on this, so that's part of it. But like, he has an amazing voice. He's got an amazing stage presence. I can English. It's okay. We'll be all right. So it was his first single off of his seventh studio album that actually brought him into superstardom. And like, he's been all like the stadiums and CMA Fest, and they all just everything just blew up for him after this. It's off of his album Ain't Nothing to It. He's been known in country circuits in Texas country for a long time. It was actually only number 11 on all the major country charts, but this song is On My Way to You, and it's a pretty one.
Here she comes.
Every curve, every ditch, every turn, every bridge I left behind me up in smoke. Every fork in the road, it was all worth a while when I finally saw you smile. Every highway, every heartbreak, every mountain, every mile. I got the radio up, sun is going down. I'll take a left at the bank, and I'll head straight through town. So baby, put on that dress, a little sweet perfume, 'cause I'm on my way to you.
And it really builds out at the end, you know. They really just get on it. But that song is, you know, you got the fiddle in there. It's all layered together nicely. It's all mixed and mastered well. His vocals are smooth as butter. It all matches, you know. And that song, I mean, he's blown up. I mean, just huge since then in the country scene. I thought that it's smooth as butter. I can't say anything bad about it.
Gotta get that butter in there again.
Absolutely. Just wipe some around the inside of the butthole surface.
Just
No
around the
spade
rim.
needed there.
Just,
Oh, there it
just
is.
just around the rim.
Just to help that pepper slide in.
Yeah, a little bit of water as well. Lovely.
Andy, what do you think?
Fucking awful. No, and sorry, wrong. I thought we were still talking about My Chemical Romance. No. Again, a bit like your second honourable, Carrie Underwood. I found myself listening to this in the car this week, and I had to look in the mirror to make sure I was still alive and driving, because I was actually enjoying the song. So before I get to the production bit, I was enjoying the song, and we've all spoken about this. You know, I'm not a massive country fan. You know, I don't mind the odd reference to a truck and a bit of whiskey and, you know, a gal and a y'all. I'm starting to understand what that all means. And even that twang of makes my accent sound quite mild. But, you know, I quite enjoyed it. I really quite enjoyed it. And I thought, okay, right, so let's get into it. And that little clip there, especially on the production, it was just that when I listened to that the first time and that kicked in, I was just like, oh, that was like a fucking bass drum right in your face being hit
Right.
hard.
When
And
it
it's
kicks
just like,
up.
well,
Yeah.
yeah. And then the guitars were just hitting you from the sides.
The emotion comes through really, really clearly in it. You know, like, it's not just this is just about the guitar. Oh, this is just about the
No,
lyrics.
no.
Or, oh, this is, it all comes together, and they did such a good job of the production, in my
Absolutely.
opinion.
Even the ramp with the, you know, the finger down the top E's and
Yeah.
on the guitars and on the bass, but the drums, how they brought that together but kept it dynamic enough to keep it distinguished that you can reference each individual thing. I thought production, it was brilliant. And
Right.
surprisingly, I really enjoyed the song as well. But
It's
yeah,
an easy
no,
listen for sure. I find,
it's
I mean,
good.
I could just walk around and hum it or sing, you know, it's just a
Yeah, no,
mellow
it
song.
was good. I enjoyed it. And again, was that I think I read it. That was his debut song, wasn't it?
So Cody
His
Johnson, this
breakout
was
song.
his big breakout
Yeah.
song. It was actually his 7th album he's ever made.
Were you not listening?
No, I was still
Flat
focusing on
My Chemical
the
Romance.
rim. On the
This
rim.
is not moonshine, unfortunately. It's actually water.
Sure. But
This is
no.
what they drink out of in the US. They just all drink out of jars.
That's why all the fucking petrol's gone up. Anyway, but no, I enjoyed it. I thought the production was good. Brief hit, nailed, tick, done. I enjoyed it, yeah.
So from my POV, yeah, the production is immaculate, like flawless, absolutely flawless.
Very polished.
And sometimes you can say that production is so polished that it's too polished. That isn't the case in this situation, I don't believe. I think it really serves the song. As you say, you can hear all the parts. The dynamics are really strong. Big builds into those tearing guitar solos and stuff. Big tick from that perspective. My gripe with the song, which is unfortunately, which is not something that can be considered in terms of assessment for the week's criteria, but is that the more country I listen to, the more I think those lyrics are about the same thing as the last one, like within a parameter. I don't feel like I get the level of lyrical depth from country music that I can get elsewhere. And maybe that's just the small sample of country that I've listened to, and maybe that's my naivety. But
Would that be, do you reckon, it because we aren't not American, but country, because country's big in Australia as well. But is it because maybe we're not from that area where that is the prominent genre?
It depends how you look at it. Like, how am I meant to take country music? Am I meant to take it in the same way that I take pop music, which, mainstream pop, which is, with 15 writers on a song and it's all regurgitated nonsense to sell loads of records?
No.
Or is it meant to have heart and soul? Because if it's meant to have heart and soul, I'm not connecting with it because too much of it is about the same stuff.
I mean, this one, so this one is, the lyrics are sweet. So like, every fork in the road, every curve, every ditch, every this, like all the different things that went wrong, everything that went up in smoke, everything that ever happened to me.
Yeah, but it's more trucks.
Was because I was on my way to you, on my way to you.
In
and
a
now
truck,
he's like, this is it, and it is talking. It's it's the journey, right? Because he's on his way. He talks about, they have the radio up, they're on the front porch, and there's all these different, it paints a picture. If it couldn't paint a picture, I wouldn't like it. I'm a lyricist, but it does. Maybe
it paints a picture that's familiar to you and therefore it connects much more strongly with you, whereas it paints a picture to me of like, well, that's the same picture I heard in the last song, more or less, and probably the same as I'll hear in the next song. I expect people to call me all sorts of things in comment sections, but I just don't get from the genre as a whole enough range of subject matter or depth. But, come for me. It's what you don't have to say. You don't have to spell out every syllable of what you're saying. You feel it.
Yeah.
But you could come up with a different metaphor.
I do agree with Sam a little bit. Again, is this my naivety about that genre? No doubt in the musicianship and the talent of these people, but yeah, I don't get it either. With this song, I enjoyed it though. But yeah, on a whole, I think I would concur with that.
With all of my bitching and moaning aside, I did enjoy
With as very few people that you even know who they are in country, I don't think you've listened to very much.
I agree with that as well. Yeah, 100%.
I also, and as I did say, from the small sample that I've listened to, so I did slightly caveat my opinion, but I'm very happy to stand corrected. It does not hurt my feelings. Good. Just stab it in there. And twist. Anyway, with my gripe against all country lyrics ever being all the same over, flawless in terms of production, breakout hit. Yeah, poor guy had to write 7 records before anyone listened to him. So gets a top from me. Well done.
And me. Top.
Mojo for the win.
All right. So there we go then. That is 2 toppers for the week. All pressure on me, but I have a feeling somebody's not going to want to top mine. But anyway, before we get there...
Great God! I have fun on!
I need a new flux capacitor.
I would have
Yeah.
stopped that earlier, but my mouse decided to disappear. Anyway, my mouse is back now. Tracks
good.
back from the future. What are we doing, Andy?
That's good to hear it all the way through, once in a blue moon. So we are literally keeping it back from the future. We're going back. I'm going to play 4 tracks, obviously linked in with what we're talking about this week. So high quality production, allegedly, and the Breakout song. Allegedly, and the Breakout tune. All right, so I'm just after, you're gonna hear it in reverse, so I'm after the artist and the song.
Here we go then. Number 1.
Sounds the same, done it back as well as forward.
It's
It
wild.
Anyway, it's Billie Jean,
Billie
isn't it?
Jean.
MJ.
Yeah. It's
It is.
MJ.
Yeah,
He's on here twice this week. Little Michael and Big Michael. I love
he
it.
is. He is.
I love Michael Jackson. I love it.
Come on, motherfucker. Come on.
He's an Indiana boy.
Is he
Yeah,
really?
they're from up by Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, right. I didn't know that.
Is Gary still alive?
Is Gary still alive? Gary is like the armpit of Indiana, one of the armpits of Indiana, but we aren't going to talk about that. It's the region up by Chicago.
I'm surprised he's not the armpits. Normally, Gary's have 2 armpits.
But no, my kids actually, they pull him up. We get in the car. They're like, can we listen to Michael Jackson, please? I
Who's
listen to him probably
Gary?
almost every day in the car.
I was going to say, your kids want to listen to Gary.
Who's
Not
Gary?
Gary.
Gary.
Hey, Gary. Hey,
Gary.
what's this thing? Anyway, number 2. Here we
Number
go.
2.
Oh my gosh. I know.
AJ, do you know who this is? So
I know
think
this
Sam
song
does.
and I can't place it.
Okay, Sam?
One more time.
Yep.
I just can't remember the artist, and I can't get Daft Punk out of my head, but I'm sure it's not Daft Punk. One more time, we're gonna celebrate.
That's what I'm singing to myself, and I
Alright, yeah.
can't. I don't know who that is. We're
That's the
gonna
song.
celebrate.
Who is it?
Daft Punk.
Here's Daft Punk. Yay!
So what with your instinct. So I've got a little
You got
I've got a
it.
little sentence with each of these. So why it's
go on.
here. A pristine filtered disco masterclass. Romanthan's heavy auto-tuned vocal is treated like an instrument, sitting perfectly in a glassy French house mix that brought the duo finally into the mainstream. And quickly with Billie Jean, Quincy Jones obviously was Michael Jackson's main producer in the early days, with Bruce Swedian. Famously, meticulous approach yields pin-clean drums, ultra-defined bass line, and tons of space. An archetype for sleek post-disco pop. Its mix and video broke mainstream barriers and helped make Thriller the juggernaut it became. Let's go for number 3.
Question, whilst we're listening to number 3, can you find out if One More Time was before or after Cher's I Believe? I would like that information, please. Here's number 3.
Oh, I can find that out for you.
It's Royals. That's wild.
The funny thing is, absolutely, it's Lord Royals.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
funny thing is that backwards, it sounds exactly like a Björk record.
Does, yeah, 100%. And that is one of the reasons why I put it in.
It literally sounds like Björk.
Go on, play the original.
It's a running out blood. That kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. You can call me Queen Bee, and baby I'll rule. Let me live that fantasy.
So that is there because a breakthrough built on negative space, sub-bass, finger snaps, and nearly an a cappella hooks captured with high-res intimacy. Proof that the cleanest can also mean least cluttered, listed among the all-time notable debut singles in major roundups. Now, Sam, going back to your question, Cher's Believe was released in 98, October 98. Daft Punk's One More Time was in November 2000.
So Cher was first.
She was first in a lot of things. First
That
for
she was.
looking 100 when she was 35.
First for looking 100 when she's 120 as well.
Exactly. And also, which
It
bloke,
reversed.
which bloke wouldn't, even now, me, no.
And first for doing dirty, sexy dancing against her son on the top of a warboat in,
Yeah.
what's that banging song?
Turn Back Time.
Oh, such a tune. But it's like they're in a bloody leather chaps grinding against her son's leg who's playing the
Yeah.
electric guitar. It's like,
Yeah.
oh.
She's just wearing a belt because I'm sure that was her son. After that moment, he was so grossed out, he actually turned into the actor who played her son in that film Mask, where he grossed him out so much, it just fucking melted his face. No offense, Mr. Actor. And
here we go. Number
You gotta
4.
love the way she says time in that song.
well, we had it earlier, didn't we?
It's Britney.
Hey, baby, one more
It's Britney,
time.
bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, we know what Britney sounds like.
Yeah. So Max Martin's template of compressed drums, percussive piano, and ultra-focused vocal presence set a new bar for the late 90s pop polish and was a career-making debut. So you done well there, you two, with that. I think I'm going to have to make it a little harder next week and maybe choose not the chorus or the hook or the melody of each song and just pick a bit out which isn't so popular and see if we can get it that way, because that's too easy.
Well, Billie Jean, you only gave us the intro, but it's
Yeah.
True.
it's so iconic, you know that groove.
Yeah. Maybe I'll make it intros only then and try it that way.
Maybe.
All
All right.
We'll have a look. All right.
So we're moving into our final long schlong of the day.
Give it to us, Sam.
No pressure whatsoever, but 2 toppers to follow. I have a feeling this one not so much, but here we go. The year 1999. Before this song, Limp Bizkit were already on the radar with $3 bill, y'all, $. But let's be honest, it was messy, raw, chaotic, and very much a band still figuring out what they actually were. Then, Nookie. And suddenly, everything locks in.
My girlie ran away with my pay. My fellas came to her play. Now she's stuck with my homies till she and I'm just a sucker with a lump in my throat. Like a chump, 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 like a chump. Should I be feeling bad? Should I be feeling good? It's kinda sad. I'm the laughing stock of the neighborhood. And you would think that I'd be moving on, but I'm a sucker like I said. In the head, not. And maybe she just made a mistake, and now she
You two are loving that, aren't you?
So,
I still listen to Limp Bizkit on repeat, album at a time.
The
hell
only
You know, their bass
time-
player passed away. That was sad.
Really? Did he?
This year, yeah, just a few months ago.
Yeah, right. That's sad.
So, the production is tighter, cleaner, and way more deliberate than the previous record. Wes Borland's guitars are sharp and controlled. The low end is massive but defined in a very hip-hoppy kind of way. The drums hit hard without turning into mud. They still sound natural and like a drum kit without modern-day triggers, etc. And most importantly, it sounds expensive. This is the moment nu metal stops sounding underground and starts sounding like it's ready for mainstream domination. Even structurally, it's smarter. Big, simple hook, repetitive, memorable, impossible not to chant along to. Fred Durst isn't trying to be complex. He's trying to be immediate. And it works because this song isn't about subtlety, in case you hadn't guessed. It's about impact. And culturally, this is huge. Nookie helps push Limp Bizkit from that aggressive band on the edge to one of the biggest acts on the planet. Radio, MTV, festivals, everywhere. One of the most controversial performances at Woodstock. For clarity, while it sounds misogynistic on the surface, nookie being a slang term for sexual intercourse and sexual favours, Durst has stated it represents the vulnerability of being completely infatuated with someone who is taking advantage of him, leading to feeling like a reject. So, this is the question to the court, I suppose. Is Nookie a great song, or is it a perfectly engineered moment where production, timing, and simplicity combined to create something unstoppable? Because either way, this is what a breakthrough sounds like. Now, I'd like it noted, with both previous toppers of the day, I was able to put aside my personal opinions on the song to judge the song on the criteria of the day. I'm just going to leave that hanging there, but you guys disseminate as much as you wish.
Andy, do
Okay.
you want to go? I'll go. I think so. For me, and knowing so much of Limp Bizkit's stuff, their whole sound was built on this kind of production from like there on out. You know, they are that mix of hip hop meets rap metal. Like it was like this whole thing. If they didn't do it right, it wouldn't have worked, you know? So regardless of if it's smooth or whatever, that's not the style here. It has to be edgy and forward and brash, but you still hear all the pieces, like you said. You know, it's all put together and they've got all the extra like hip hop type stuff in the background coming in with all the other layers. And his vocals still come through on all of it really, really well. I mean, I'm a fan anyways. Even if I were to take that away from that, I mean, yeah, that's good stuff. So I gotta stop it.
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit.
Come on then, Andy. Let me have it.
Is Limp Bizkit gonna get a flopper?
So the only ever time I've heard of a Limp Bizkit is when I have had a flopper after I drank too much beer. Sorry, love. Ain't happening tonight. It's Limp Bizkit. Nothing to do with the music.
Now I want biscuits and gravy. I'm sorry. Totally different subject.
No, that's just wrong. But anyway, back to the matter in hand. I hate Limp Bizkit.
Of course
They
you
are
do.
there for me with My Chemical Romance. Fred Durst, he just needs to be shot. He is an A-class wanker, and come and fucking get it if you want it. I can't stand
I
him.
love them.
Can't stand them. Can't stand it. It's just noise. It's fucking nonsense. Utter teenage fucking testosterone
If
fuel.
I'm ready to whip
bullshit.
somebody's ass, I will
Yeah.
put on the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water, that album. And then the other one that they did for what's the big, was it Mission Impossible? That had all the, so I'll throw them on and I'll jam, I'll rage, turn that all the way up in my car and I'll just be like, let's go.
All I can compare it to is testosterone virgins in their fucking college houses, what alpha, beta, and all that. Yeah, like just fuck off, grow up. Can't, nah,
Just send them over here.
fucking hate it. Yeah. Can't stand it. So laying that little thing on for what we're talking about here now. So, you know, what's the production like? Yeah, all right. For the effect they're having and they're wanting, it's there. So I'm in that bit. Do I, what are we doing here? Like, all right, Sam, you did it with Sultans. Didn't like it, not for his voice or his guitar playing, but for the brief you went. So I'm in too much. Are we doing that, or are we doing for something we like? So if it's something we like, then it's definitely being flopped. If it's for production purposes and their breakout song to make an impact, then it's topped. Which way do I go?
If I was trying to pick a song that I thought you'd like, I definitely wouldn't have picked Limp Bizkit.
Yeah,
That's
I know
right.
that, and you're knowing that now. So, all right, so for this,
And I wouldn't have picked Cody Johnson.
yeah. So considering the way we've all picked and played and voted and everything on the brief, I will top it for what it is on the brief. But I am making my point known that I fucking hate it.
You're very welcome to make your point. That's fair enough. So picture this, right? 1999, 12-year-old Sammy just got some money
Pair
and
of bollocks.
Christmas cards and birthday cards. Don't know if I'd got pubes by that point, but I might have been close. Anyway, got some Christmas and birthday money because birthday's close to Christmas. Pop down to HMV. I want to buy some CDs. Looking at the charts, because you used to have the CD top charts there on the wall right by the door. What's in the charts? What's that? I really like the cover of that. That's pretty cool. Parental advisory, explicit lyrics. Well, that will really piss off my parents. I'll give that a go. Bought it, had no clue. Got it home into the CD player, into the boombox in my bedroom. Whoa, and that's what I got. Fucking hell. That was my
That
turning
woke you up
point,
a little
probably.
bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely do that 100%. There's no denying that.
So there we go. Well, let's check out what that has done to the scoreboards then, shall we? So here are our scoreboards. Andy, talk us through it.
We have all topped this week, so it's as you were. Sam in front with 6, myself with 4, and AJ with 3. But I would like to draw all your attention to the little paragraph or the sentence underneath the header. Feel free to have a read of that.
Well then, we finished all of our orders of business for the day, so let's spin some wheels and figure out what is going on next week. Let's
Wheels
go
of
to
steel.
our categories first of all. We've got all sorts of things on here: biggest flops, reinventions, from a small town, blah blah blah. Here we go. Let's spin the wheel, and we're landing on from a small town. All right. So the artist needs to originate from a geographically small or remote place. I should have kept Biffy Clyro up my sleeve, for heaven's
Yeah.
sake. Okay, so
We haven't used them in theory yet. You've only used them on a quiz.
that's true. Might still. Okay, let's find out what we are pairing our small town artists with. Here we go.
Big Dark.
Oh,
Here we go.
left
then.
field would have been tough. We
That
are
would.
going guitar-driven small town artists. So we're looking for music that is built around riffs, chords, and guitar as the primary force. I think that is a good pairing right there.
That'd be good.
So there we go then, kids. Anything else to add for the end of the episode?
Nah, I really enjoyed that today. That was good fun.
Me too. So what have we learned then? We've learned that breakthrough moments are not accidents. They are engineered. You can have the songs, the attitude, the identity, but until the production catches up, nobody's really listening. That's not always the case, but mostly. And then suddenly everything clicks. The sound gets bigger, cleaner, sharper, and what used to feel like potential starts sounding like a career. But there is a trade-off, because the more polished something becomes, the closer it gets to sounding just like everything else. So the real question isn't just what made them break through, it's whether they lost something on the way there. Court is adjourned.